Hey guys, welcome back to some more Raid Shadow Legends. Today's video, we're going to be looking at the Altar of Souls, and I want to break this down. You can also see that we do have a soul to use right here. So we do have the souls for that awakened version of Alice. So I want to go ahead and build her up a little bit, but I want to break down exactly how this works and what we're seeing within this game mode. Now, within the Soul Stone summon, you can see we have an awakened boost. Now, players have said, only do your summons and only do this during the awakened boost. So we're going to go in here, we're going to drop some of our silver, and I want to look at the wish list first, because looking in here, we have legendary champions, and as you can see, we have Supreme Galak. We do have Alice in here. It seems like this is going to make a big difference on getting, and I don't know if we specifically just summon the ones that we get in here with our champions. Epics, these are the three that I'm looking for, and again, we have our tank right there, we have two of our support. And then within here, I did go with our one Void champion that we have. And then I also went with War Maiden in here. So I'm hoping that within this wish list, it says you have an 8x chance of getting the souls for the following champions. Now, overall, it seems like, and I want to run through a couple things, but I want to do some summons in here. I want to see what this looks like and seeing if we are getting souls for specific ones. So right there, 250 tournament. And a lot of these, I feel like going through here and summoning these out, that we might just get random ones that we can't really use. See right here, I don't even know what some of these, you can see available mortar stones, 5 more of them in here. Let's knock out a couple of these summons. Now this resources, they gave us for free, but you'll notice there are 2 stars right here on Flinger, and getting these and building these out in the entirety, the higher level, so right here we did get a 1 star, is when you're building these out with the 1 star, that is where you have to build this champion. And again, I'll kind of break it down and show you what we mean when we look at Alice and getting her built up a little bit further. Lumber, so we got a couple rares in here, haven't seen any epics, haven't seen any legendaries, and there we go, there's another epic, which again, there is a 2 star. And then the final one we pull out of here is going to be another rare, and it's a 5 star. So you'll notice right here, Vanguard, it is a 5 star. So building this one up with the blessing, definitely going to be a lot higher. Now in here, these are the more expensive ones. So we have 0 in here. We have 1 in here. Now this is looking at rare, epic, myth, or legendary, and mythic perfect souls. 3 to 6. So the mortal soul stone is 1 to 6, as we just seen. This one is 3 to 6. So going in here, I want to summon one of these up and see if we can pull anything good out of here. I'm hoping, and the effect is awesome. And there we go. So we do get an epic, and of course it is a 3 star that we get, a Jotun, and this is a 3 star, but unfortunately we do not have most of these champions. We don't have any of these champions. I think that we just got the Soul Stone 4. This is the collection, so this is where we're going to sell these, so we could sell these to get more of these coins. Now, the coins are going to be important, what I'm going to show you in a minute, but I want to go to the Awaken because we do have Alice. Now, right here, you can see Alice at this point has the 5 stars. Alice at this point is also ascended with these 2 stars. You have to have the same ascension level as you're going in for the blessing or the awakening that we're seeing here. So for instance, I have to have these purple stars to get these red stars. So it kind of converts. I can't go in here and change all the yellow stars to those red stars. We have to go through the ascended process of getting the purple stars to be able to build out Alice and getting to the red stars. So looking at the awakening, boom, there we go. Let's see what this looks like. That looks absolutely awesome. So blessings unlocked, go to collections to explore the blessings. Now I did a little bit of research so we can hop in here and see what we're going to get, because I believe if we go to the champion itself, this is where it is going to show us for Alice that we can now do the blessing. So I don't know if you just literally choose your blessing, but a lot of players were saying to do the one right down here, which is Brimstone. I'm going to choose this one. This is also going to take it to this the blessing to the 2 stars. Now, one thing to note is when you look at this, so 1 star is 15% chance of placing smite, HP plus 7,500, 2 stars goes to 750, guys. That is a crazy amount of attack in here. When I start looking at what we have, even looking at the HP, her HP is very, very low for this champion. I know based on the set build, based on getting a lot more of the Ascended in here, building it out a little bit further, but overall, you can see not too high, and the blessings add a ton with Brimstone. I was kind of looking what the Smite does. So Smite, super effective within the PvP aspect, but also going to have the ability to inflict 25% of the affected champion's max HP. So if the enemy does have a very high HP, This is going to do more damage, which I absolutely love. Let's go ahead and choose this. So this is going to choose the Brimstone Blessing. Now, again, this was a recommendation doing a little bit of research online that we should go ahead and build out the Brimstone Blessing. That also does give her, you can see, a considerably more higher attack and a lot more HP. Got to get her awakened, got to get her really built up a lot higher to maximize the damage that she's doing. Now let's hop back into the Altar of Souls, because again, Soul Merchant. Now this is something that we want to look at. Now thinking of bigger picture, and this refreshes, I believe it is every 12 hours. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but I believe it is every 12 hours. Now right here, we do have the ability to get these Immortal Soul Essence. You can see right here, Supreme Galactic Perfect Soul is here. It costs 20. I'm going to get this. Now, when it comes to damage, I feel like this is going to be huge for building on here. This Perfect Soul will allow you to awaken Supreme Galactic to level 1. Get this Perfect Soul for 20 Immortal Essence. Again, I don't know if this is going to be worth it, but because we utilize this champion specifically, we haven't seen a champion in here since I've actually unlocked this. We have not seen a champion that we actually possess. So going in here, looking, at Tome, looking at Canonos, Corpse Collector, none of these we have. We don't have any of these. So I feel like this is going to be a good one. Let's pick this one up. Let's go ahead and waken him a little bit. As you can see, got him at 5 stars, got to build him up a little bit further. And everyone that we get, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and awaken. And that's going to make a big, big difference, being able to add on the blessing, unlocking those blessings. It seems like it's going to be a really big game changer in there. Now, of course, that did go through a lot of our souls. We're going to have to wait to see exactly what we get with the refreshes, everything else. We also have the Mystic Market. Now, this is where you can utilize your coins to buy these Mortal Soul Stones, the Immortal and then the Eternal. You can also see that they are 3 different currencies. So right here, we do have the Soul Coin, we have the Immortal Soul Coin, and then here we do have the Eternal. So looking at kind of the difference, the basic coins that we have right here for these Mortal Soul Stones, these can be farmed out of events, but the Iron Twins, now we did take down the Iron Twins once or twice, was playing around with the combat in there, gonna have to push a lot more progression in there, but I feel like the gold coins that we have right here, the Immortal Soul Coins, we're going to have to push a lot further to get some more of these Immortal Essence and building these out with the coins that we do possess. That way we can use and build a lot more of these champions up as we do get them unlocked. Now, I believe this is going to be a very, very big RNG factor within here. And then looking at the champions you're not using, you can actually recycle these, which go into our coins. I don't know if this is going to be a higher coin. No, so there's 24, 24. 3 stars are at 48. So again, if there's some in here we're not going to use. Now, thinking about bigger picture, when we start looking at raid, the rares, the epics, the legendaries, there are so many champions in here that you have to use. So many different content, so many different places. Even thinking of the factions, so many champions in here. It really behooves you to keep a lot of these and save a lot of these versus recycling them. I could see doing, duplicates, having triples. But from my understanding also, that when you start looking at some of these, like right here, for instance, the 5 stars that we have on the Vanguard, if we get the Vanguard built up to 5 stars, and then we overwrite one of them. So for instance, you can see these are the perfect souls, so they actually have the filled in stars. Now, from my understanding is that if I have, let's say, a 3 star, like right here with Jotun, and then I upgrade it to a 5 star on the same champion, I will actually get a little bit of a rebate because we've already used the 3 stars in there. I haven't seen it, but again, just kind of looking through exactly what it kind of says here and how this works and how the blessings independently work. Very, very cool to see how these work and how these are kind of built out and what level you're really building them out at. Now, the Awakening, like I just said, we went through, we've seen it on a couple different champions in there. Gonna have to do a couple more summons in here. That is going to give us those higher level soul coins. So if I can go in here and I can get another couple of 100 of these, we can pick up some of the Immortal Soul Coins, which then we can swap for these Soul Stones, which is going to yield us a much higher chance and a bigger chance. And we also want to make sure, again, that we're only doing the Awakening when we have the boosts on these specifically. Now, thinking of where we just got our Supreme Galactic, I feel like this is going to be one. I'm not sure exactly what we have to build in here or how we're going to build them out. I'm going to have to see which one is going to make the really big difference. because I know we're pretty lucky that it was there, that it was available in the shop. And looking at the blessings and what we need to build in here, a lot of players are saying cruelty. Cruelty is the one. Let's see where cruelty is in here. I'm thinking it's probably dark. There it is. So whenever this champion hits an enemy, decreases their defense until the end of the round. That means the damage that we're putting is going to be amplified with the defense reduction. If multiple champions have this blessing, still cannot decrease the champion's defense by more than 40% or decrease the boss's defense by 20%. Now, I don't know if the blessings work independently of the abilities that we have on some of our champions, but even looking here, decrease the defense by 1 and then decreases it by 4 per hit up to 40 and 20, getting some more speed. So getting them built up to the 6 stars to get those really, really high blessings are going to be absolutely pivotal. So now when we run both of these champions together, they're going to have, and you can see their blessings right here in the middle, they're going to have a multitude of blessings. So not only does it amplify the stats that we're seeing within these champions itself, but it also gives them almost like a secondary ability, or really at this point, even like a 4th or a 5th ability, just based on what the champion has. So even here, we have 4 abilities. We get the aura if he is the champion or the leader, and then we also get the blessing in there, which is going to make a game-changing difference. Once we get him up to 60, I feel like this power is going to go through the roof, even getting the damage in a lot of other places. Now, masteries, I have to farm masteries like crazy. We didn't use our diamonds to go ahead and build those out. Even looking at the 60 right here, we have been going and we have been putting all of our diamonds. Now, unfortunately here, we don't have anyone that has been joining us in there, but we also do have the daily login rewards, which gives us another book right there. And also we're doing the Alice chase. Now you'll notice that when you look through here, there are 2 stars, or we'll use this one over here so you can actually see it. But looking at this, we have the 4 stars. It is going to fill in the 5th star if we have the rest of these other fractured souls. So just like we got her to 2 right here at 600 points, right behind my camera, we'll get her to 3 stars, 750, which is right over here. Unfortunately, again, you can't see it. Then getting it to 1050 is going to take her to 5 stars in the entirety based on the build with this Alice chase. We have another 2 weeks, so we definitely should be able to get this in its entirety, because we've been capping out our points or our flags every single day, making sure that we're maximizing and getting her damage through the roof. Now for me, I've been farming up, and again, the Guardian Ring has been huge. Events, we've been farming a lot as well. We have 1 day, 6 hours in the champion training event. Been building all of these up, and this is just through regular gameplay. Have some immortal stones here. We have some soul coins. Soul coins, absolutely going to have to farm this out. In the champion training event, the exact same, guys. This is coming from literally just building up the champions that we're getting within different game modes. And you can see we're already into essentially the 3rd tier, or this very bottom tier that we're building out as we continue to get all of these champions built out in their entirety. And we also got some more points for building them up within the Altar of Soul itself. So very, very cool to see. That is, again, just another layer that Raid is adding on top of everything we already have in this game. It is insane to see how well and how developed these champions are within this game. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.